What if the biggest threat to Caitlin Clark's success isn't on the other team? It's in her own locker room. Sophie Cunningham thought she was making a casual comment. Instead, she exposed a covert power struggle, one that's been simmering behind the scenes for months. And now, the truth is boiling over. Today, we're breaking down what's really happening with Indiana Fever, and why a single phrase revealed a growing divide that could derail not just one franchise, but the entire trajectory of the WNBA. This isn't a drama. It's reality, and it's unfolding in real time. So, hit that like button, subscribe for real talk, and let's get into it. Sophie Cunningham, speaking in what looked like a throwaway interview, let this line slip. Everyone kind of has their own islands in the locker room. At first glance, no big deal. Sounds like typical sports talk, different routines, different personalities, right? But for those paying attention, that was the smoking gun. Because if you've been watching the Indiana Fever this season, you've seen the symptoms of that comment play out on the court again and again. We're talking about missed passes to a wide-open Clark, awkward body language after big plays, players celebrating each other more than they celebrate their franchise rookie, and that now infamous halftime moment, where Clark stood on the wing, unguarded, arms raised, completely ignored. It wasn't just a bad play. It was the pattern, and Cunningham's Island's comment confirmed what everyone already suspected. Caitlin Clark isn't just being iced out. She's being strategically sidelined. So what do these islands actually look like? Let's break it down. Island 1. Kelsey Mitchell and her inner circle. These are the veterans who've been with the Fever through the worst of times. For years, Mitchell was the go-to scorer. The offense ran through her. Isolation plays. Tough mid-range shots. She was the alpha. But then Clark walked in, and everything shifted. The media focused on Clark. Endorsements? Clark. Fans? Clark. Suddenly, Mitchell isn't the face anymore. And that's hard to swallow. Island 2, the bystanders. Vets who aren't outright against Clark, but who won't challenge the existing hierarchy. They hesitate. They delay passes. They miss the open look. Not out of malice, but out of deference to the old guard. Island 3, Caitlin Clark, standing alone. A rookie with superstar pressure, trying to lead a team that doesn't seem ready to follow. And then there's the rest of us, watching it happen, frame by frame, wondering how it got to this point. This isn't just an on-court problem. The islands show up everywhere. Practice, Clark working with younger players while vets group up on the other end. Team meals, consistent seating patterns, Clark separated. Social media, posts, likes, tags, all painting a very calculated picture of who's in and who's not. And let's not forget what's not being said in interviews. Vets talking about playing our game or building chemistry over time without ever mentioning her name. When Clark is mentioned, it's often lukewarm, measured, like giving too much credit might shift the power dynamic even further. The energy is subtle, but unmistakable. So why would a team do this to the player who could literally save their franchise? Simple. This isn't about basketball. It's about identity. These veterans spent years as the focal points. They endured losing seasons, media indifference, empty arenas. And now, a rookie walks in and immediately becomes the face of the team. To them, it feels like erasure. Caitlin Clark didn't earn it their way, slowly, over years. She arrived as a national sensation, reshaping the franchise's identity overnight. And for some vets, that's not just a shift. It's a threat. Rather than adapt to a new system, some chose to resist it. Rather than evolve, some chose to entrench. And now, the team is suffering for it. The most frustrating part? It doesn't have to be this way. Clark's court vision? Elite. Her passing ability? Game-changing. Her gravity as a shooter? Opens everything up. She can make every single one of those veterans look better. But instead of benefiting from her talent, the vets are suppressing it, and themselves. Think about this. The Fever's offensive efficiency goes up when Clark handles the ball more. Her assist opportunities are high, but actual assists? Way lower because players aren't converting. This is a case of choosing ego over execution, and it's showing in the standings. Here's what the veterans might not realize. Fans see everything. They're tracking missed passes, usage rate, body language, celebrations, or lack of them. Social media is filled with videos of Clark being iced out. Every missed opportunity, a screenshot. Every silent celebration, a meme. This isn't staying in a locker room anymore. The whole world is watching. The Indiana Fever are sitting on a generational opportunity. Caitlin Clark could be their ticket to national relevance, sellouts, and WNBA growth. But here's the hard truth. If the Fever can't create a team culture that supports her, she will leave. Not now, maybe not next season, but when free agency rolls around, when the trade rumors start. She's not going to stay in a system that doesn't trust her. And can you blame her? This isn't just about Indiana. The entire WNBA is watching. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just a Fever player. She's the face of the league's future. If teams can't figure out how to integrate generational talent without alienating veterans, the league won't grow the way it should. Smart franchises will take notes from this disaster and do better. Build cultures of connection, not competition. Honor veteran contributions without stifling new stars. Create teams that evolve together. Because if you don't, you'll get exactly what's happening in Indiana. A team stuck on separate islands while the future sails away. Sophie Cunningham's comment wasn't just revealing. It was a warning. The Indiana Fever have a choice. Keep enabling a divided culture that suppresses their best player, or unite around the talent that can elevate everyone. Clark isn't going to dim her light to make others comfortable. She's here to win. And the longer this resistance continues, the more obvious it becomes who's holding the team back. So, to the organization, the clock is ticking. To the veterans, the game is changing. And to the fans, keep watching. Because this story, it's far from over. What do you think about this veteran resistance? Have you seen the islands during games? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every one and respond to the best insights. And if this gave you the real story behind the drama, hit that like button, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to see what's actually going on. Because one offhand comment just pulled back the curtain. And now, we're all watching.